Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to another episode of From the Desk of Dr. Ron. I want to thank you all for taking the time out to tune in to see what I have to say on today. I appreciate you dropping in, checking out what's going on. As always, I have to give a shout out to my spiritual leader, Dr. Hunt, who has been with me 30 plus years, which is no small task, I tell you. Every time I think about the fact that he has been with me that long, man, all I can say is, man, I pray for him every day, just like I know he prays for me every day. He don't skip a day, and I thank God for him. So, as you can see, my question for this week, we're going to get a little political on today. The question is woke. What is the meaning of woke? And then, even more deeper than that, what does woke mean to you? Well, I wanted to take a look at this because it's been going around in political circles lately that wokeness is a crime and we should be afraid of and be aware of it, and we don't want folks woke. So I just wanted to break it down and share with the people that follow me and those that may be future followers of what woke is and what we're talking about with this thing called woke. First of all, let's talk about it in a couple of different contexts. Like the most simplest context, as we understand, is if a person takes a nap, and in improper vernacular, they say, oh, he woke now. So he got up from his nap and now he's refreshed and he's getting ready to do what needs to be done because now he woke up from his nap. Well, that's a very simplistic vernacular of the word woke. Also want to talk about it in the context of people that use it in the spiritual arena. When you come into the knowledge of certain deities or spirituality in different ways, like for those that follow Christianity, when you understand who Jesus is and you've accepted Jesus Christ as your, Savior, then you're now woke. You're no longer walking around sleep. You know that there's a higher being than yourself, and you are now awakened to the fact that he has been with you and has allowed you to be on the earth all of this time. In other spiritual arenas, like when you understand in the Muslim religion that you're awakened, you're woke. You understand that Allah, the ultimate God, the name for God that they pray to on a regular basis, they've awakened to all the privileges that Allah have allowed them to have on this earth. So no matter who your God is and who your spirituality follows, there's an awakening that takes place, which means you're now woke. So that's another identity dealing with the word woke, another use for the word woke. Okay. But the one that I want to highlight on today, which I think is very important, is what the political arena uses the word woke for. I found a couple of definitions, one being from the Oxford Dictionary. It says, alert to injustice in society, especially racism. Okay? Did y'all hear what I just said? Racism. Woke in another dictionary says is an English adjective meaning alert to racial prejudice and discrimination that originated in African American vernacular English. Okay. Another definition would be woke is now defined in this dictionary, I think this is Merriam-Webster, as an aware of any activity attentive to important facts and issues, especially issues of racial and social justice, and identified as U.S. slang. It originated in African American English and gained more widespread use beginning in 2014 as part of the Black Lives Matter movement. So now they have used this word woke in the dictionary to describe injustice, things that have been happening to us as a people, whether you're black, brown, African American, whatever you identify with, Negro, these are all terms that usually identify with people of color. So whatever you identify yourself as, your ancestors were abused, misused, and tormented by Europeans from all over the world. Now, we're not just talking about just in the United States. We're talking about all over the world. And in politics today, there is a campaign to stop educational institutions to not inform today's youth or young people that are growing up today about the things that happened to them or to their ancestors, and especially European children, because they don't want them to be associated with the reality that they have their ancestors and the houses that they live in and the family fortunes that they have were based on the fact that their forefathers were the ones that perpetrated these injustices. So, no matter which definition you use, the word woke means that there should be an awakening. We shouldn't be asleep. We shouldn't be not conscious of what our history that has been erased or trying to be erased because of what they have done, and they don't want to own up to it. They don't want to offer up an apology. They don't want to share the wealth, and if you follow me on another show, Street News Now, I've used these words many times over there when I talk about critical race theory. Critical race theory is something that's very badly needed. We need to be able to talk about the things that happened to our ancestors. And I have said this emphatically, and I'm going to say it again. The blood of our ancestors cries out for us not to forget what has happened to them. Our families, our friends' families were captured and brought to this land and worked for slave labor and were not compensated properly for all that we have done for this great country, America, the Great. Now, we have Democrats and Republicans and liberals and independents who are not speaking out to say, hey, this is something that we should talk about. And I use the analogy that the members that have survived the Holocaust, the Jewish people, will never, ever let you forget what happened to them at the hands of Hitler. They will never, ever let you forget. They have memorials. They have celebrations, Holocaust Remembrance Day. Annually, every year, they talk about what Hitler did to the Jewish people. They put them in bondage. They terminated them. They executed them. They experimented on them. The exact same things they did to our ancestors that they say, let's not talk about it. Let's not discuss it. Let's not be woke about these matters. American history has been a lie that has been established on a lie. and it's been a lie since it's been in existence. And when they talk about Christopher Columbus discovered a country where people were living on it and they welcomed them in with open arms, to later to find out that they carried disease and germs that caused them to die. I'm talking about the indigenous people of this continent that they disregarded. They killed, murdered because they said they were savages. They put a title on them and made it justified to destroy them. Well, this is part of critical race theory. These are things that should be discussed and explained so that people never forget, and that people will not allow these things to happen again. One of the things that has been discussed in history is that if you don't talk about it, it is destined to happen again, and bigger and bigger. In America today, they're talking about turning back the hands of time to the 1950s. And today's politicians, Republicans mainly, are spearheading this campaign to take away rights that women have, rights that people of color have, people of brown skin, people of black skin, African Americans, whatever you go by. They're talking about taking away your privileges, the rights to vote. All of these things are covered under being woke. Okay? I'm not going to get into a rant and a rave because I can, because it's very passionate to me about people understanding what we're up against in 2022. I'm not talking about 1957. I'm talking about 2022. We need to be woke, people, and we need to stay woke. We need to be on the forefront of what our issues are. And we have a lot of issues. We're underpaid, we're overworked, we don't have the opportunity because we have children we're trying to raise, families trying to stick together and struggle together to survive, and the government is increasing our burden. Okay? Like, get back out there and work 2 or 3 jobs because a loaf of bread now costs $10. Get back out there and work 3 jobs because a gallon of milk costs $10. Go back out there and go back to work because a gallon of gas costs $10. Yeah, we're heading in that direction, okay? And the people that own the bread, the milk, and the gas are constantly getting richer. They don't need the money, but they're increasing our burdens so that now we got to work 2 and 3 jobs, so we'll stop complaining. We don't want no rights when our burdens are increased. We just want to be able to eat. We just want to be able to get from point A to point B. So please stay woke. Get woke. If you're not woke, go ask somebody, what is critical race theory? What do I need to know to support it? Because our politicians that are supposed to represent the people that vote for them in their districts, in their communities, they're supposed to understand what the people want, not what serves them. So that's enough for today. I'm not going to continue to rant and rave about the same thing. I want to encourage you all to check with me tomorrow. On Sunday, I have my Black History Moment, and my Black History Moment will be on Facebook. Also, come check me out on Tuesday on Facebook at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Come check me out. We're going to have a powerful guest this week. We'll talk about it more tomorrow. Also, be sure and check out our show on Thursdays. Street News Now on Facebook and YouTube live broadcast every Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on Street News Now. Also here on Facebook. Be sure and check out my show each and every Saturday, 12 noon Central Standard Time, 12 noon from the desk of Dr. Ron. Want you to keep all these shows in mind. Please go over to my website, ask-dr-ron.com. Go over there. Check out all of my advertisers. Please support them. I want to thank all the people that have made donations. All of the people that have made donations. Thank you so very much. We appreciate you. Please subscribe, like, and share. Send this out all over the place, you all. I need your support. Please subscribe right here on YouTube. Subscribe, like, and share. Thank you all. See you all tomorrow for our Black History Moment of